Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. It's your boy Marvin. I'm going to be talking about a YouTuber called Fumi desalu-vold. She's talking about Andrew Tate arrested in Romania, guilty or not guilty for trafficking women. I'm just going to listen to a few things she says, and I'm just going to point out some details where I think she's probably right or probably wrong, because she definitely had a lot to say about Andrew Tate, who's under house arrest at the moment in Romania. So let's just go through a few things she actually did say. And welcome back to Streamlined Entertainment.
My darling Fumi Nation, how are you? How are we? My name is Fumi desalu-vold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you are so very welcome to Fumi Nation. Talking about Fumi Nation, you guys have been texting me, you've been in my DMs, you've been on Facebook, here on YouTube, talking about Andrew Tate. When I first said about Andrew Tate, honestly, I didn't want to give him any energy, not at all. I didn't want to give him any kind of attention. Guys like that, I really, off the bat, consider them a narcissist. I heard him speak for all of 3 minutes, and it was the cockiness for me. I didn't pay attention, like I said, and so poof, he was disappeared, and he was just not in my orbit until you guys brought him up heavily last week. So who is Andrew Tate? Andrew Tate is an ex-kickboxer. He was on the UK version of Big Brother. He was kicked off Big Brother because it had come to light to the production that there was a video out where he was beating a woman with a belt. That woman has come out since then and said that it was basically S&M, that they were just trying to be, erotic with each other. Still, the production felt that, you know what, he gotta go.
I live under a rock, that I'm pretty sure you know that Andrew Tate has been arrested for human trafficking and a rape, which is absolutely absurd, simply for the reasons that it's absolutely false. I have lived with Andrew for years and years, and he would never do anything like this, ever. I've already had to make 2 videos regarding his innocence when it came to him being called a woman beater for a video that got leaked of us two having a little bit of a rough role play. I had to make a video clarify, 2 videos in fact, clarifying that he is innocent.
He had a huge influence.
Well, look, the bottom line is the lady that Andrew Tate was with, she's put it out there that it was just role play. And when I looked at it, at first, even I thought, God, that was a bit rough. Should he have done that? But when I looked at the whole picture, it was for views. I mean, he's got billions of people looking at his videos and everything. So when I sort of knew the full story, I don't comment until I actually know the full story, what is really behind it at the end of it. And I'm sure basically he would have been arrested for that if the lady was in some danger or hurt in some way. I'm sure of it. And like you said, she came out and said it was role play, and she's known him for years. So I just think it was personally, that was just for attention.
On social media as the self-acclaimed king of toxic masculinity. The men have got to be out there, do their thing, they've got to be this, not take anything from women. He also went on, which I have heard from you guys, that if a woman is raped, it is also part of her fault. Very dangerous stuff that he was talking about. I'm going to stop for 1 hot minute, and I want to say this. You see, we women, God got us. God has got us. We gave birth to all these kings, to all of these men. We are one of one, and that's it. There's nobody like us. And so when men come out and talk about us and berate us like this, have you not noticed in recent time, God just said, step away, queen, let me take care of this business. Kevin Samuels, whoosh, before we knew it, we were at a graveside, giving him his last rites. He was out of here. Tony Lance thought, you know what, I've got a big daddy, he can speak for me, I can get away with this. Po, 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 po. he's behind bars as we speak.
I think it's, to be honest with you, I think it's pretty hard what she actually said there, because I think Kevin Samuels was a good role model for women and men. Yeah, some of the stuff he did say, Kevin Samuels, was sometimes pretty harsh, but a lot of it he was true to himself. And sometimes when you're true to yourself and you're hard, people don't always like to hear the truth. That's one of the problems, both men and women. It's not just women, both men too don't like the truth of something that says that could hurt them. It's just life, you just got to get on with it.
And so we have Andrew Tate, who got into a Twitter row with Swedish climate activist Greta Thunberg, and it kind of escalated. And so he talked about his 33 cars and this and that, and she, I think she's got Asperger's, very quick to respond. I live for it. I love you, my darling. She said, and let me quote and unquote, "Yes, please do enlighten me. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com. I lived for it. Thank you, Greta, because I don't know if I would have been able to respond to Tate, who was bragging about his 33 cars, his Bugatti, his two, blah, 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 whatever. Anywho, he was back on Twitter. He had been suspended from Twitter up until whom Elon Musk reinstated his account. And so here...
Look, he's got a lot of money at the end of the day. He's got a lot of people behind him. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, a lot of it's for show, a lot of it's bravado. We know that about Andrew Tate. But whatever you say, whether people like him or not, he gets a lot of attention. And I think a lot of people misunderstand him. I'm not saying all his points are good, because some of his points I think don't make sense. But I think there's a lot of hatred for him out there. But just my point is just look a bit deeper before you actually make before you actually think that this guy's, just because other people are saying it just doesn't mean that Andrew Tate is like that. You've got to find out. So you've got to do your homework before you can judge someone. That's my view.
He was going back and forth with Greta. He decided, and this is the narcissism in him, to film it, put it on Twitter. Really small dick energy, because why he even responded to her, I'm quite surprised. But on the pizza box which he had requested to bring in, and he wanted to make sure it was not recycled, I think it was Jerry's Pizza, he was ultimately arrested in Bulgaria in relation to an ongoing investigation related to rape and human trafficking. Andrew Tate has been removed from, and this was shocking, I'm going to bring my computer because I have it here, of social media platforms from the following: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. And yet, with his fan base, he has over 11 billion views on all of his content that has been reposted.
But what makes me laugh is if basically, she obviously don't like him. I can see that. But why are you talking about him? You're also, I think when you talk about someone, you're also putting him out there. At the end of the day, many people judge him, but they're putting him out there. They're making him even more famous, which is just kind of crazy. I just don't get it. If you really don't like someone, you don't even chat about them. You don't even have any association on your platform. Sometimes I'm wondering whether it's jealousy or people are trying to bring him down. If he is basically guilty and he's sentenced, then fair play, he's been judged in the right way. But at least wait until we know all the facts for the case before you can start making making stories up. This is my viewpoint. A lot of people think he's arrogant. But whatever you say, he's a good businessman. He's made a lot of money out there, and he's trying to inspire others to do. So I think it's one of them. You either love him or you hate him.
He was arrested in Romania, and apparently he said in Romania you can rape a woman and you will not be punished, or the punishment will be minimal. When you're asking me who is Andrew Tate, that kind of sums it up.
Do you know what? At the end of the day, I don't believe in those. Basically, that fact, which she said at the end of the day, that women raped in Romania, technically doesn't mean anything. You won't do much time for anything. I think that's sick. If he did say that at the end of the day, because you shouldn't ever say things like that, whichever country you actually live in, because it's a terrible, terrible thing. And like I said, whether he said it or not, I don't condone that by anybody. That's completely out of order.
Unforgettable Australian dining, inside or out, or really far out.
He is now being held for 30 days while they investigate the rape charges and the human trafficking charges. Fumi Nation, love you guys. There was a lady who sent me some information, and she said that guys like this and what Andrew Tate has done is not new. Apparently, this is something that goes on. I'm going to read to you, if I can find it, what she said. Okay, and here we are. Hello Fumi, I watch your channel frequently and have to tell you that I know this guy from Romanian television way before he became famous. This man is a human trafficker, and unfortunately, this is how many men become millionaires in Romania. He made a big part of his money by taking advantage of poor girls from Romania and forcing them into video chat posting porn. This is something that is unfortunately socially accepted in Romania, and the society rarely blames the culprit, but always blames the girl, who they consider have 100% consented, even if they are most times underage. This isn't a conspiracy for bringing down someone who is a truth teller, a whistleblower, but rather a criminal. Many Romanian millionaires are involved in human trafficking, as it is very prevalent to convince poor and desperate girls that they will have a better life by using the lover boy method, as it is known in Romania. Is basically taking a girl on a few dates, making her fall in love with you, and then making her do porn by emphasizing the financial benefits that it will bring to her, the relationship that she has with this lover, and to her family. Plus, there is footage of his brother Tristan saying how upset he is because Credit Suisse did not want to open an account for him in Switzerland due to the origin of his money. Check on YouTube. Due to corruption, these a-holes rarely get caught, and if they are, they get out relatively unscathed. It's a horrible side of my native society. Anyway, I look forward to your video.
Well, that was quite, like I said, that was quite deep. But we know sometimes Romania has a history of basically prostitution, and they're sometimes taken all over Europe or even all over the world. We know that, but I think, one person saying it, okay, but like I said, you've got to have the facts behind it. It's got to be proven before all these, basically people talking that I know this person. But like I said, you got to know the full story behind it. And you can't just make accusations up. It's got to be proven before you're found guilty. So that was pretty deep at the end of the day. I mean, I look at it this way: if someone said that, about me, I would definitely, take some kind of court action, because that's pretty deep. You've got to have proof yourself, not through another person. Don't always listen to another person, what they say at the end of the day, because their facts could be wrong. I think you've got to be very, very careful what you say these days.
And there you have it in a nutshell, my darlings. We will all wait. This is a part 1, and I will wait for the 30 days and see what comes out of this. Because as far as I'm concerned, rape, human trafficking of women, oh yeah, I want you behind bars and I want the key to be thrown away. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, flood the comment section, because I'm going to keep up with this story. Nobody does us women like that. Not at all. Because we are God's own. And it is a horrible influence on young men. I am a mother of a son. And I do not want my son to be influenced by this. I'll keep my reservations to part 2, and we'll wait for the 30 days. Before I go, be very careful when you go to get petrol. For those of you that drive, for those of you that go to petrol stations, there's a thing going around. If you see a white hanky on the handle or any part of where you need to touch to get your gas, don't touch it, because it is filled with some kind of Ula, what do they use to make you sleep? Huh? It is filled with fentanyl, makes you sleep, and the guys are standing to the side. They will kidnap you, and they will take you into human trafficking. It's horrible, but this is what is going on. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, flood the comment section, and I will see you sooner than later. Oh, don't forget, super thanks. All of my love. Stay safe, my babies. Stay safe, my sisters. Stay safe, stay alert.
It's quite deep. She obviously got a lot of, I think, hatred there for him. And she honestly believes that he'd been exploiting women and getting them to do things for him to earn money. Like I said, this has got to be proven in a court of law. If he has done wrong and he is found guilty and charged, then they should throw away the key, But if he's not found not guilty, that has to, I think, he's going to have a lot of apologies for it, because it's got to be proven. Yes, I do know, basically, his past, what he used to do before, his businesses and stuff like that. I've watched him, but like I said, I think there's a lot of positivity in business he's given to men to better yourself, and to everyone, and not just men in this world, just to be better in yourself. Sometimes I do think his topics on women are a bit far-fetched, but I think a lot of it is to get attention and to make people like his videos. Why are billions of people watching his video or reposting them, like this lady said at the end of the day? I mean, this Fumi, she's good at what she does. She's been on YouTube a long time. She's a very, very good businesswoman. But my thing is, you just got to have the facts before someone is guilty. That's my only point on that. I think she seems to think that he's going to be charged, but you have to admit, put it in the comments if you want, you have to admit this has taken a long, long time. If he had done something really bad, I think he'd been charged by now, or I think that he would probably be in prison for a long sentence, and they've just given him another 30 days under house arrest. But how long is this going to go for before they actually say not guilty? But like I said, it's going to be interesting to see how many people actually come forward in this, basically. So I'm going to keep a eye on it and probably put some more videos out as it goes along. But it is interesting to see what other people think of him, especially other YouTubers who are actually following him as well. It's like I said, I don't think all his points are correct, but I think on a business sense about doing well for yourself and looking the part, I think that's everything. Don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment, and let me know what you think about this Fumi, what she said about Andrew Tate, whether it is right or wrong.